Oh, hey, hi. How you doing, Ezra?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, good sir?
It's good. This is a little bit different for the crowd that's out there. They were expecting somebody else, weren't they?
They very much were.
Well,
So tonight,
I got to say, I'm just about as good looking as Ark, so they're not. Just bear with it, crowd.
so tonight we have a bit of a different kind of show. So the interview for tonight, ignore the ad that was put out earlier. That has something completely happened. Um, Tonight's interview is actually going to be me and Ark. Yay!
Yeah, we've decided this is the 200th episode, two year mark
2 year
for this
anniversary.
show. And how many episodes?
This is our 90th episode.
And this is probably my fifth time on the show, so I'm a frequent guest. But we're gonna change it up for you all out there, and I'm gonna do the interviews just sort of like I do at Saber Academy.
Woo!
So Ezra, well, we've got to move on. You've got some promotions to make, and then you've got to introduce the flow of the show.
Yep. So, just a quick reminder for everyone that we do a giveaway. Every 50 subscribers, we're going to start doing the interview or the giveaway. Sorry, words are hard. This week we are giving away the Adept, which, as you can see on your screen, is this.
Beautiful,
Well,
beautiful.
that's the saber we're giving away tonight. If you guys want to continue doing giveaways, we are about 40-ish subscribers away from doing our next one. We do also have a website. If you don't want to wait for a saber giveaway, go to the website right there. It's scrolling along, kybercave.com, or you could just search up Kyber Cave on Google, and it will be right there, like the first thing that pops up. So go over there.
Yeah, listen, I urge you guys to support Saber Rattle. There aren't very many cool things like this for us to watch. On top of it, they're giving away free stuff. So between the free stuff and then the content that they're putting out, this is a first class operation. But it only works if you all come out and support it and tell other people about it.
Exactly. To enter giveaways, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe to both or to either or our Twitch or our YouTube channel, which our Twitch is twitch.tv/KyberK Productions, and then YouTube is just youtube.com/KyberK Productions.
It sounds like a plan. So let's get with it. Start start urging people to join up and subscribe.
Right. And all you have to do is share the video to either Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Screenshot that post that you made, and then message us on Facebook. Send it to Kyber K Productions, and send us the screenshot, and we'll get you entered.
Good deal. So what else we got going on?
Not a whole lot. What's going on with Aiken? What are you guys doing over there?
Well, today we were out at what we call Eastwind Castle, and sort of a Renaissance group over there. So they teach how to make weapons and leatherworks, and then they have like Dagger here, which is a foam fighting thing. And our guys got to fight with them, and we got to show them our system, which is a sit system. I'm tired. You guys got me at the last second. I was on my way to bed. I was on my way to bed because I am an old man, but I can't. I'm energized again to see you all. So Aiken is doing really well. I mean, you anybody that watches this show knows I've been on 5 times. Give us a holler. Come join our group. You get a discount with Key Sabers. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
How about you?
Went to a con last weekend. Or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Picked up a cool little playing card stack.
Wow, that is very nice. That is very nice.
So I didn't open this one, but my buddy who bought it for me, he bought the same exact deck, and the King of Spades is Darth Vader, and he went in. If he would have had the money for it, he would have had C. Andrew Nelson sign it.
It always comes down to money. You've been watching any cool movies or TV lately?
Not really. I mean, I watched Moon Knight the other night. My girlfriend and I have been watching Batman Beyond a lot.
Oh, Batman Beyond. Yeah, great animation.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I'm old, but I've watched all the animation with Batman, and that's certainly one of my favorites. What'd you think of Moon Knight? I know you've talked about it before on the show.
Moon Knight was pretty good. Definitely like the pacing of it. A lot of people didn't like how he blacked out, but I did.
I
Like
did too.
it made it seem like what's going on. Like a lot of people with DID don't know what's going on, but he did.
Right.
Or he didn't.
I think he's going to come back into his other alter egos. So we're going to see Mark, and we're going to see that character, and then we're going to see things from their viewpoints. That's what I think. So time will tell. What about the vampire movie that's out?
Morbius.
Mobius, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's getting bad reviews.
Oh, I know. It just came out like Monday, didn't it?
Yeah, it's looking like another Fantastic Four debacle for Sony Pictures. So I certainly wouldn't urge anybody to see it or wait for it, but be aware if you go spend money. I saw some review on it. I've never seen such a bad review in my lifetime. I mean, he says he has no idea what the movie's about. Don't waste your money on it. If people are walking out, I don't know. I'll wait probably till it's on video before I see it. What else? You got anything else going on?
No, not really. Let's go to our flow of the show.
Let's do it.
So tonight's flow is the wonderful flow artist, Venturous 1. He's been on the show a couple times previously. He's doing a really cool dark side flow tonight.
Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to it.
So let's watch it.
You don't know the power of the dark side. The power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. Don't know the power.
Okay, what impressed the heck out of me is how he did that in that little tiny space without knocking something over. The flow was solid flow, but how the heck did he not knock something off?
Especially when he was going behind his back and not looking.
Exactly. I would have had a wife's favorite something or other than on the ground, and she'd been pissed off at me.
I would have broke my ceiling fan.
I've hit that ceiling fan up where I work out. I can't tell you how many times. So I've moved to a much shorter Saber just so I don't do it. Well, that was really cool. All right, so now we're here. We've done flow of the show. You and I
really quickly, Wholesome Boy. Any social media is fine as long as it's out there. You know, we're trying to get people to come in so we can do the giveaways. So the more subscribers we get, the better. Per YouTube account that you have gets you one entry, as well as with Twitch. Every Twitch account that you use will get you another entry. You can have as many entries as you want per account you have.
Yeah, so it's worth it. Those are nice Sabers. How much do they go for normally for retail price?
This Saber, I think, is $87. The Saber that we're giving away tonight.
Right, bells and whistles on it.
Oh, everything. It has smooth swing, flash on crash. Yeah.
That's a pretty good price for that kind of.
Right. It has 12 different colors, 10 different sound fonts. The works, like it's an amazing, and it's rechargeable.
Yeah.
And by being a host, warranty. There was only 3 people who actually entered for the Adept this week.
So by being a host, do I get like extra entries?
That's up to Van. He can tell. He can say that.
Don't worry. I don't know. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, son. No, that's real good. All right. Well, listen, folks, it doesn't work that you don't get this kind of quality if you don't support the show. So I'm going to repeat that. I've been supporting the show right from the beginning. So
Right.
please tell folks about it.
Yeah, real quick for William. We are on Instagram. We also have a Twitter, but we're not active on it. Instagram, we're trying to deal with 2 different accounts right now, figure out which one is more active. So I'll get back to you on that. But you can message either Kyber Cave or Kyber_Cave with the screenshot, and we'll get back to you on it. To enter the drawing, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page, which I see that you are on. Or go to our Twitch, twitch.tv/Kyber Cave Productions. And then like, comment, subscribe there, share it out. Share out the video, this week's, the one that you're watching right now. Share it out to either Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever. Screenshot that post and send it to our Facebook page, Kyber Cave Productions, and then you'll have your entry. And then again, every channel you have, so say you use like 3 different YouTube channels, you have 3 entries. Or if you use 3 different Twitch channels, you have 3 entries. Or if you do both, you have 6. So
Yeah.
you could have as many entries as you like. It just, you have to use a different account for each one.
Yeah,
So.
I should pick up 3 tonight. 2 YouTube channels, face and 1 Facebook page. Well, I got
Facebook does not count. Just a
Oh.
warning for everyone: you cannot share the Facebook one; it will not work.
Okay.
Or you can share it, like that. That's fine, but it won't count for an entry for the
Doesn't
giveaway.
count for an entry. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yes. All right. So
All right.
shall we get into the interview? Do you want to
Yeah,
introduce our guest this week? Like
All
everyone
right.
hasn't seen him every week.
Right. So we have a special guest tonight. I think he's well recognized in the community. He is the founder and the comedian of this particular show. So without further ado,
Am I not the comedian either?
wow, you are the muscle, the memory, the heart, and everything else of the show. So I think you're 90% of the show, but he gets the 10% face time. So let's bring him on, and he can debate this.
I think you're the comedian of the show, man.
Thanks, I appreciate that. All right, so without further ado, let's bring Master Arc on.
You're muted.
All right, good.
You're still muted.
He's muted. Hey, you run the show. You should know how not to be muted.
Oh, well, I'm happy to be the 10% that fills in the other part of the show.
All right, good. You heard that, huh?
In all truth, Ezra is the brains of the operation. Like I tell him what to do, but he makes stuff happen.
Well, exactly. So, folks, we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to take over the show. I'm actually going to interview both these gentlemen because I don't know that much about either one, to be honest with you. So let's get this party going. So first of all, how old are both of you? Let's start with Ezra.
Oh, I'm 18.
And I've got 30 years on that guy.
That's right. You're not really 18. How old are you, Ezra?
I'm 18. I just turned 18 back in July.
Oh my God. Okay. I was off by about 8 years because I thought you were in like late 20s. And you, sir, Mr. Arc?
I got 30 years on him.
He's 48.
All right. You got 30. You got 30 years on him, and I have 30 years on you. It all evens out. Right. So Ezra and Arc in that order. Where'd you guys grow up?
No. I grew up here in Bay Area, California. I'm not going to say exactly where, just so people don't go stalk me.
Yeah, right. No, we don't want anybody coming to your hometown and stalking.
Right, Dave Filoni.
Right. So you're not that far out of high school, right?
No, I just graduated back in June.
Right. So was your high school anything like you see in the movies? Did you have like the mean girls and the football players running around knocking people around?
No, honestly, my school was more just like everyone kind of did their own thing. Like if you messed, there was like a little bullies, like those typical like kids.
Right.
But typically, no one really messed with anyone. It was more just like we just wanted to get the heck out of there.
So where did you fall in the hierarchy of your high school? Were you with the cool
Oh,
kids?
I was definitely the quiet kid.
Quite. So you weren't with the band people or anything like that?
Oh no, I was a theater and choir nerd, and also I was in ROTC.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So that was your gang. That was your posse. That's who
That
you
was my
rolled
little
with.
posse, yeah.
That's who you. So you were protected because you were with one of those groups. Ark, it
Mhm.
was a long time since high school, but let's ask you the same question.
Yeah, man. I grew up. I was born in Saigon, Vietnam, but I grew up in Fairfield. I too was in ROTC. I was in a ton of activities, and I ran that school.
Oh. So if you were born in Saigon, are you a dreamer or are you a citizen now?
Well, no, I was born a U.S. citizen.
Oh,
My dad was a soldier, and I was born on a military base at the end of the war. And I came here when I was like a year old. Good old Fairfield, California.
wow. Wow. See, now that right there just sold the show for me. So, are your parents still alive?
My mom just passed 2 years ago. In fact, that was part of starting Kyber Cave. Was I had to when my mom started getting ill. I took care of her for the last 3.5 years of her life. Well, my son and myself. Um, and when she got ill, there was nobody to take care of her, so I had to quit my jobs. But in the middle of, after spending about a year in the house alone with my mom, I started going crazy, and I needed some kind of outlet. So Kyber Cave was born as a way for me to interact with other adults.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the kind of stuff that I think people want to know. What gives you your motivation to carry on with what you're doing in life? Ezra, so you were in high school and you graduated high school. Did you go to college?
I am currently in college.
What are you
I'm
studying?
taking CNC classes at the moment.
All right, CNC, for those that don't know.
Is comp- what was it?
Oh.
It is computerized numerical control machines.
All right,
So
so
basically, he's trying to learn how to make lightsabers.
I can tell. So is that what you want to do when you graduate with your bachelor's?
I don't think I'm getting a bachelor's, honestly, because I'm only taking like this semester and then next
Right.
semester.
Yeah, just
For
from
the
an old man, when you get out of high school, there's a few ways of guaranteed ways of being successful. One is you have to continue your education. And when I mean my education, you don't have to go to college, but you should go to technical school, go into the military, or find some way to continue.
I
Now, how
did try
about
the
you?
military, as
Yeah.
everyone knows who's
Yeah.
been with us since the beginning.
It's just it is really tough out there. So the more certifications you have of some sort or behind you, the better you do. How about you, Ark? What'd you do? You went to high school and then what?
Oh man, after high school I went to University of Oregon, and I spent about 2.5 years there before they told me I couldn't come back anymore.
Yeah,
I ended up going to a graphic design school and getting a degree in graphic design, but everything's changed so much. So I know I have the basic knowledge of what a good ad and a good design looks like, but the technology has changed so much. I can't keep up with these whippersnappers.
So you could make a design, but you can't actually manufacture it.
Right. So a lot of times, like, I'll have a design or I'll do a rough sketch, and then I can take that to an artist and go, "Hey, this is the idea I'm looking
Right,
for.
right.
Can you make this real?"
Well, that critical thinking is important. Now, when you were in college, your 2 years there, were you a partier?
Well, yes, I was a fraternity boy. Delta Ta Delta.
We're going to get back. We're going to get back to your pledging here in a minute. I actually want to hear about your pledging.
Oh
So,
wow.
so you spent 2 years in the frat, right?
Right. So yeah,
So,
I honestly, okay. So here's the deal. Like, anyone that's watched this show for a while knows I have a good mouthpiece, right? And I like my teachers. Everybody loved me in high school. I just had charisma out the yayo, and I think because the teachers liked me, I got better grades than I probably should have. So by the time I got to college, I was not prepared at
yeah,
all.
yeah. I'd only had just when I went to college, my best friend in college was a Vietnam vet. So he was 10 years older than I. And he just came back from Vietnam. And let's just say a lot of scotch was drank and some other stuff. I don't even remember the first 2 years of college, and so I get it. College is a growing up experience. So Ezra, you're out of high school, you're doing this show, you're kind of going to college, right? And what's your like big goal that you want to do in life? What is it you want to accomplish?
Oh, I don't know if I should answer that with my boss standing above me.
Yeah.
Right.
Setting him up for failure, Tony.
He understands. Bosses are temporary. I mean, if this show could be a big moneymaker for you, you'll probably
No,
the network. But
no, more my goal was kind of just to, um, eventually I want to be like at the same rank as him or above him at one point.
all right, well, yeah, he's a good role
You don't
model.
have very far to go in life.
Okay, all right. So that's your fight. You want to have a show, your own show. Where do you want to be? Do you want to stay in things like this, doing podcasts, or do you want to move on to something a little bit more like networks and cable television or anything like it? Or do you want to try some completely different field and go be a techie in, I don't know, Microsoft or something? What would you prefer?
I'm not sure, honestly. I do like being here, seeing all the people in the comments and everything like that.
Oh, they love
you. Thank you. I guess if say Saber Rattle and Kyber Cave After Dark do end up closing, I might go start my own thing.
All right. Okay.
We're still waiting for your gaming show to start, man.
I have been trying just to get that to work for so long. Like everything I use does not work in my system. And I have to get a better PC just so I can do stuff on Steam because all my Steam games lag.
It's always a money thing. I would just urge you keep on dreaming because that is your fuel for moving forward. Always set goals, but keep on dreaming. So, what about you? You've got Kyber, and I thought I read someplace that you are actually back at work.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So in all honesty, Kyber Cave, and I find it very interesting that you were talking to Ezra about, what he wants to do in the future and then relating it around the video production. Because that's one of the challenges Kyber Cave has had is that a lot of people don't even realize that before we're a video production company, we are a saber company. So we started off selling sabers, repairing sabers. And then last year, right after Corona hit, we had to close our doors. Completely affected how Kyber Cave operated because up until that point, we didn't have a website. I was very adamant about the fact I've got my baby here. I was very adamant. I know
we got to represent.
Yeah.
Represent.
These are very rare. These are hard to get, very rare sabers. Yeah. So when you meet someone that actually has one, you got to hold them up. Yeah. But anyways, the whole point of Kyber Cave, when I started, it was my first experience. I don't necessarily need to name the company, but I had ordered a saber and it was a lot bigger and heavier than I expected it to be. Some people may be able to guess what company that was.
Yeah, that gives it away.
It was a nice saber, but when it came to actually trying to fight with it, it wasn't what I needed. Right. And then I heard an adage that something like you buy your first saber just so you know what you want. You know what I mean? And I didn't want customers to have that experience. I wanted to have a place where you could come in, pick up the saber, touch it, feel it, swing it around a bit, and then walk home that day, not have to wait a month and a half. I
bought a big heavy saber from my first saber from that same company. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So I knew you when you have Kyber Cave, the store.
Right.
Where is that now? You just moved from one location to another.
Right.
Does it exist? Does your school attached to it? Well, not a school, but your fighting arena still exist?
Yeah, so we completely changed up. When Corona hit, we had to close our doors. And again, that was when we had the Saturday night battles. We had a traveling fight team. We went out to Arizona. We drove down to LA for light speed competition. That was when we had the bigger arena. But when Corona hit, that changed up everything. And being a social business, like I said, we had to start our website at that point. And then also the other big problem that I was having was I was trying to order products from company, but because shipping and everything was crazy, I'll put it to you this way. I made an order from the company that we were talking about. I literally just got it in. What was it, like 3 weeks ago, Ezra? 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
Roughly,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
19 months. It took 19
Wow.
months for this company to complete 2 lightsabers.
You talked about this like 6 months ago on the show and said that. I was listening and I remember that. And you said, well, I'm about a year out and I still haven't received the product.
Right. We just got it 3 weeks ago.
That is an
I haven't even
absolute
received one of the
travesty.
orders that we made.
Right, and then we didn't even get the second order, so we lost $1,200, and they refused to refund us or do anything about it. So,
How do you? Well, I'm not going to get into your business, but I don't understand how you give them $1,200 and they
well,
don't for you.
so what had happened was I had a shop manager, and because of Corona, we didn't want inventory going to the shop. So when we made the order, and the intention was for the Christmas, we wanted to have stock for Christmas that
Right.
year. We had done it in like June of 2 years ago. And then when the storefront had to close down again because California was opening and closing and opening and closing, we had this shipment go to my store manager's house. Well, in November of that year, he
I
had
see.
quit Kyber Cave and taken another job. So I did a change of address to this company. Then that order didn't ship until February, but they had shipped it to his house instead of the change of address that I had done
So
online.
he
4 months
has
back.
the Sabers.
No, he moved.
No,
he
he
had
moved.
moved from that part of him leaving was he had
Oh.
moved
Okay.
away, and so
Right.
some random person signed for $1,200 worth of sabers.
Oh my God. Yeah. That, I mean, I understand that's not the company's complete fault. It's just a
Well,
snag
it kind of
point.
is because we did
Except for I did a
the
change of address
order
4
change.
months before
Right.
it was sent out. I can understand if I did a change of address like the week or a couple of days, but like I
4
did it
months.
4 months before you even sent it out, homie.
Yeah. Their web, just everything about them is awful. And of course, we don't recommend them. Ezra, so you're working for Kyber Cave. Kyber Cave is really big into lightsabers, among other subjects. But are you into lightsabers?
Oh, very much. I own. How many do I own? Let's see, I own 3 of the same saber.
Right.
I own a TXQ. I have a Saber Forge.
I think I broke Ezra.
Can you guys not hear me?
No, we got you.
Oh, he's frozen.
Commander's freezing up though. It looks like.
Uh-oh. I own, I think, 8 sabers.
Yeah, I think you have more than I do.
Yeah, I have 1 more than you do.
Oh my God! William says his first saber was a park saber.
Oh, yep, we lost Tony.
Oh, hopefully he'll be jumping back in here. I would
Hello, Belle.
kill for a park saber. I'll trade you Ezra for the park saber. So hey, I guess okay. So to finish out Commander's question, when we had to change up our business model, what we decided to do was we bought a couple of CNC machines. Commander's coming back in. It looks like.
Was that me? Or was that you?
That was you.
Oh, well, I'll have my phone in case for the next.
So we bought the CNC machines, and we had somebody that was working with us on that, but he left, and I went completely way over budget on these CNC machines. Hauling took, I mean, literally everything was about double what I had budgeted for. And so we went back to making a deal with TXQ. Hey, TXQ revving today. Nice. We made the deal with TXQ to sponsor the show, and we are exclusive with TXQ now. So
TXQ, is that sort of the same big company in China, or is it a totally different company?
TXQ is kind of like, let's just put it out there. It's like LGT, right? We have a lot of wonderful LGT distributors. Dark Wolf is a great one.
Yeah,
Crimson
Crimson
Dawn. Fire Sabers is another reputable LGT. It's a good saber. The way I describe it is if LGT is a Toyota, TXQ is a Honda, right?
Okay,
so it's
right.
we're not going to be the Vader's vaults. That's not a kind of our market base. Our market really is more to the everyday mom and dad that just wants to go and have fun with their kid.
And there's a actually bigger market for that than there is in saber combat. So these are sabers with bells, whistles, sound,
but
graphics.
not the $700-800 price tag or
Right, with from some other companies.
right.
I bought one from a company. I'm not even going to mention it. And it paid $700 for it, and it's a hanger queen. So, but yeah, I've heard of them, but I don't know much. So that for those out in the audience who have never thought about TXQ, is that it? TXQ?
TXQ. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I personally really like about TXQs, first off, they've got a great price value. There was a Saber that when we were a different company, we used to sell at about $100 price point. We have a better quality Saber with TXQ that we're now selling at a $77 price point.
Right.
So you're getting more bells and whistles for a lesser price. And I really like TXQ has really nice threading on here. It's not too long, but it's very, very stable. So you're not going to have things just kind of rattling off all the time. I have my blade plug-in, but I love this one's one of my favorite designs because it's got a really nice deep socket, which enables you to put your blade in tighter and get.
It looks like a combat saber. I mean, it's got that nice tubular look to it, and I mean, it certainly. And how deep is the socket? About 2.5 to 3 inches.
Yeah. The socket is going to come down to about here.
So
yeah, this is a good combat saber, and this is one that this is. I think we have this for $112. So this is one where sometimes people want to actually fight with their with their flash on crash and everything.
Right.
Typically, if I'm doing serious fighting, I fight with the stunt myself.
Right.
But people, if it's a mom and a dad or a brother and sister, they want all those cool lights and sound effects and stuff, and they don't want to worry about breaking.
They do. And there are people when you're doing choreography in the event, those are like perfect little sabers because of the balance and everything else. So Ezra, do you fight?
Oh yeah.
So are you two located in the same location? That was a question I've never known. Are you both?
Yeah, I'm literally like 2 doors down from him. Like I'm in the same house as him.
So do you guys like get together, after a show like this and to break out your anxiety, kind of go at it?
No, but we should, dude. We've got a huge court. We've done a couple of battles in front of my house and invited like people out and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, Ezra actually. So you were talking about Ezra's 18, and we just realized, what was it, like a month ago? Ezra, you hit your 2-year anniversary with Kyber Cave.
Yep, March 10th.
So yeah, so Ezra's been hanging out around the Kyber Cave since you were like 15 or something, and then
I came around Kyber Cave right after my 15th birthday.
Because we were literally, our first storefront was like 2 blocks away from one of the local high schools.
So he's kind of like your student.
This is kind of like my little brother on payroll.
Yeah. Other things on payroll. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hanging around Kyber Cave since the first location. Like, what was it? Like a month after the first location opened?
Yeah. Our first location was tiny. It was literally the size of a bedroom. It was the second floor of a building. Nobody knew where we were at or what we were doing.
Right.
So we used to hang out, me and my other partner, we used to hang out in front of the shop all day, dressed up in our Jedi robes and stuff, just beating the hell out of each other, trying to draw attention to this new thing. Because nobody in this area knew what lightsabers were.
Right. We had a discussion the other day, and just tell me what you think. So the part of the problem with lightsabers and lightsaber combat is that parents just think it's a toy. And so they don't come out to lightsaber stores or lightsaber, they'll go to Disney.
Right.
But they don't come out, and they don't come out to the schools. And that was a discussion that came up, and we didn't talk about the schools group yet, but that came out on the schools group. And so a lot of the schools have kind of gone under, or they've revamped to once a month, or they've left their indoor facility,
right,
and gone outside the park. So what do you think about that? You're both a retailer of
this
stuff.
Thing is definitely no toy.
Do you think that has affected the selling of lightsabers, the sport of lightsabering, and all the rest of it?
Yeah, you know what? And that was really why Kyber Cave was important to me, to have a place where you could walk in and pick up the saber. All I have to do is put this in your hand, and you know that this is not a Walmart toy. You know what I mean? And until you get this in your hand, a lot of people, because they've never seen one before, they can't imagine anything but or even they might imagine the Galaxy Edge saber. That you're going to go spend over $200 at Disneyland, and they're nice, big, heavy hilts. But that blade, you start fighting with that blade, and you're now buying another blade. So
Right.
they don't really, I think, understand the concept that these are meant to be fought with.
Right,
These are
right.
not play toys.
Whereas the park sabers aren't that durable. Like they're you fight with that, you're gonna break a bulb, and it's not gonna look as pretty.
Oh yeah,
Also, like they
it's
shoot
horrible.
up the blade in chunks. Whereas if you were
Right.
to get like say a NeoPixel, it's gonna smoothly shoot up it,
Right.
which
These are
we do
totally
have.
different. Yeah, you're not going to get the best technology. So Ezra, have you had any combat training with lightsabers?
Yes and no. Uh, so the one of the co-founders, Ark's, uh, was it son and
Yeah, my son's brother.
yes,
Your son's
your
brother. Okay.
your stepson, your stepson. Um,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, we were never married, but yeah, go ahead. Doesn't matter.
let me go off.
Right.
um, he kind of developed his own kind of martial art around sabers,
Okay.
and I was taught like the first two forms of it, but I wasn't taught the rest.
Right. Right. Yeah. So you don't have practice. I wish you were down with us. We'd teach you sits. It's a simple system. You can take it back with you.
Yeah,
Right.
see, we don't have anything. Everything that we've done at Kyber Cave has been kind of like we're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're halfway between Sacramento and San Francisco, which
Right.
sounds cool, but it's really not. We are like, it's, I always describe this area as like a hurricane, right? All the action happens on the outside, but in the middle, it's just dead.
It's
Right.
pretty much that way for everybody now. So, like, if Lightspeed is pretty present out there on the West Coast, and it's you and I have talked about it. You know what I think you should do? I think you should pack Ezra up, send him down here for a week. I'll train
Woohoo!
him back to you, and that way he can teach you the system. And
Oh,
that,
I'm loving it. We tried to expand up with Lightspeed with Kang Snow and stuff like that. So we were doing classes and we were watching their videos, but
Right.
we've never had an actual former instructor come in. So we do the best we can with what we have.
Right. I spoke to a young man in Texas today, and the bottom line is you always learn better when you have an instructor that's been doing it for a while. Yeah, Kang Snow is an outstanding example of being a good instructor, but I'm
Right.
surprised that they have not grown up the West Coast more than they have. Because I think Kang Group got hit pretty hard with
With
the pandemic.
COVID.
Exactly. So now are you going to continue fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Art. How about
Oh
you?
yeah. Well, that's our goal. Once we get his saber's shutting off. Once we get kind of re-rolling again, we're starting store hours this week. So starting this week, we're gonna have regular store hours, which up until now it's been by appointment. But once we kind of get rolling again, I want to get a saber team going again. And in fact, I would love to be sponsored by, say, a local gym, just someplace where we can go once a week to meet.
Right.
And hopefully find like I said, we had about 10 people in our group when we were fighting before,
Right.
but
I mean,
no real formal instruction.
One suggestion would be find a form, any form, whoever's got it. Teach a few people to look good so they're synchronized, and then go to the YMCA. Go YMCA, go to, there's got to be a city recreation, and sell yourself as a group or a school, probably a school. And
Right.
then you become a program and your costs are minimal. I've put out how we make money, and basically we charge what we charge, and we get 75% back. We don't collect the fees, and we get our room.
Right.
It's a program. It's a model that can be duplicated by anybody. You guys are smart. You got a lot more opportunity, I think, in your area. You just need to sell it properly.
Right.
And you got the store too, so you can do promotional work for them. And you've got this podcast, so you can sell them in place of advertising. You can say, "We'll do this for you," and make you, kind of
Right.
We'll sponsor you on our podcast.
Right.
So,
See, that's why we need you out here. You got the brains there. In fact, oddly, that was why. So we're on our 2-year anniversary of this show.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
this was why we started this show. It was literally weeks after our doors shut, and we were like, "Oh, we got to try to find some way to keep our name on everybody's mind." So we started this show specifically because of Corona, and we just didn't stop.
Well, I mean, you guys hit all the Comic Cons, yes? In your area?
We've been getting out to more. We just did CapitolaCon just over a month ago. So we have been getting out to more. We've been getting more merchandise in. So everything is starting to take effect now. There's things that we've been kind of waiting to do that we're just now getting to do. So
Ezra, do you put Ezra in a costume?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
dude, we're telling everyone keeps telling Ezra needs to do Obi-Wan, especially with the series coming out.
Young Obi-Wan right there. Look at
If
him.
y'all help me pay for the cosplay, I will do it.
We'll get a GoFundMe.
I will make the GoFundMe tonight.
Right. You know a place, listen, well, you know I know this stuff. So I know a place where they sell costumes at a reasonable price. Not expensive. I don't know how much money you make. Yeah. You just, so you can buy yourself a little, some stuff that looks together, a tunic and stuff. And yeah, young Obi-Wan. So who are you gonna be? We gotta get you in costume as well.
Me, I'll be Jabba.
No. We can find somebody else other than Jabba the Hutt for you.
There's a comment down here. I'm not gonna put it up just because the name isn't appropriate. Can we add a dragon head to the saber?
You like on the emitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some really cool designs that actually have. I saw this. Somebody did a custom toothless design. Yeah. That is actually a design that I have. And part of Tony, you were talking about Ezra and some of the things that he's doing right now at Kyber Cave, and because Ezra's been with us this whole time. I mean, it's everything from sales to repairs. Ezra is going to school for the CNC machine so he can learn to run the machines in the back and become a machinist at Kyber Cave.
I think that's an awesome idea. If you remember Andrew from Bendu and of course
Andrew Woods,
Kyle from Key, he could be the next version of them for you,
right?
And those two engineers are doing some amazing stuff. Kyle's coming up. I'm not gonna. He's doing some custom work on some of my sabers that come from the company that you were talking about.
Right.
I'll leave it at that because I don't want to get ahead of him. But he's doing some other cool stuff, and Bendu's coming all sorts of designs. Between you and Ezra, I guess you guys can do some really nifty stuff with Ezra if you get the skill set. Look at that. That is just a work of art.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. That's definitely a wall queen right there.
Yeah, to answer Bell's question, yeah. If you look up the what was it? The hashtag Rose.
Oh yeah, saber? Rise for Rose.
Yeah, Rise for Rose. They're making a completely custom saber for her, and it's like a rose, like wasn't it like a rose emitter or something like that?
Wow.
Yeah.
They're incredible. I mean, if you
find a photo if you can,
something very cool like that, there's a market. It's not a giant market, but there's a market. You put a dragon on something, it always sells.
Definitely. And we have some ideas for some very unique things that we want to do. We were just really set back. Honestly, we were set back probably 6 to 8 months, and it's been, in fact, that was one of the things we were talking about was because our storefront had been closed for so long. There was this whole new generation of people that didn't even know we were a lightsaber company. They just thought we made webcast shows every week. So they had no idea that, first and foremost, we are a webcast.
So if you have a physical store, you're going to have product in your store. How do you market what you have? Because obviously you're going to sell locally and online, but there's definitely a market locally for people who come in. How do you do it? What do you advertise in?
The cons are the best place. Like I tell Ezra, honestly, if I can put this thing in your hand, I don't have to sell anything. It sells itself. All I have to do is make it available. But the thing is, people don't know that they're available, right? So our big mission is to get in front of people anywhere we can. All I got to do is let you see it. You're going to be interested and excited. And, that's the one thing I love about working in a saber store, as opposed to many of the other jobs that I've had. My favorite job I've ever had is as a preschool teacher. And I've recently gone back to teaching this week.
Good for you.
So those are my new jobs. But a lot of that is in support to help Kyber Cave grow. And I've recently, I just hired a shop manager, an office manager to help me with some of the back end stuff because I'm not good with, the numbers and all that fun stuff. So I believe in letting people do whatever their talent is. Mine is not numbers. Mine is showing off lightsabers. So I hired somebody else for that, but that meant that I needed to have an income
Right,
to be able to
right.
support my family. You know,
So if you go to events, city events, cons and stuff, I notice when we go that around us are the kids that are 7 and 8, and they actually want us to sell them our Shiva sabers,
right?
or little sabers. Would you ever consider making a basic saber for the tiny tots that you can sell at bulk to these little kids that come, huddling around your table?
Right. Yeah. And that's a really good idea too. Um, yeah, definitely like a lower end. We were talking about having things for every market, right? Not everybody has $600 for a lightsaber, but
Right,
that doesn't mean they don't want to participate. So if I could figure out a way to get them a saber for 50, $60 or something like that,
right, right.
something of high quality, because that's my big selling point to the parents when they're saying, why am I going to spend 100 or $200? I tell people, you can go to Disney store and then spend 30 or $40 on a plastic piece of junk and then do it again every 2 months. Or you can buy one of these and be done with it.
I can't tell you how many families come up to us every single time. Is that for sale? Is that for sale? Because the Shivas are so small and so thin, and their kids are beating up Instructor Nick with it. They love it, so they're willing to buy one. But that's not what we do.
Right,
So
right, right.
I think there's a market there. I'm not sure. And Ezra, you got the guy who can put one together. It's just basically a flashlight inside a tube. So,
All right.
then you can, you can walk down and make like a hot dog vendor, just sell to different people. So
Right.
so you're now like rising like a phoenix again after the
Okay.
pandemic. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
that is my impression.
Yeah,
Right?
we're definitely.
Where are you?
I'll tell you, we took a really big hit during the pandemic. Like I said, I went way over budget in the CNC machines.
That's it.
That set us back a lot too. Also because I had a store in downtown Fairfield where my rent was like $1,200 a month. It wasn't that bad, but because of these machines and how much room they needed, I had to get a warehouse to house these machines. Just putting electrical in the warehouse was like $3,000. Shipping these machines across country, I bought one from Vader's Vault and I bought one from Texas Custom Sabers. I think that alone was $16,000 to get these machines across country.
Wow.
So yeah, there was a lot of expenses I wasn't really ready for, so it kind of set us back. But now, and for a while I was kind of in a fog trying to figure out how to get out of this huge mess I put myself into. And that was when I was like, I got to go back to selling sabers. And now that we've done that and we're on track, we're growing again.
Right.
So both you guys have kind of been very vulnerable and, modern the way you guys are putting all your business out. How much time would we have, Ezra? How are we doing for time?
Honestly, we're over, but
We're not, because of the beginning of the show. I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Would you guys do about 10 minutes?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's
I could always carry on. I could always talk about stuff. But personally, from a personal point of view, I've got to know both of you a lot better. I mean, and I think your audience wants to know who you guys are, and that you're struggling just like everybody else. I mean, seriously. And the fact that every week you guys put on this positive face, get in front of the screens and ask questions and laugh and have fun, it makes a world of difference to everybody else. And then you get off the show and have to deal with real life. It is something to behold. I'm at the other end. I'm in a comfortable kind of place. Not as much money as I would want, but enough to be very comfortable. And it just does my heart good to know that I even know guys like you, to be honest with you.
Wow, thank you.
I will say that from an old man to two younger guys, make sure you continue to have your goals. Don't decompress when you need to decompress. Don't let the stress get to you. You got a long ways to go. Ark, you should be looking for when you're going to be me.
Right.
Looking at that future. How are you going to take care of old Ark?
Right.
In the middle of life. So you got to look at old Ark and you got to start taking care of it. And that goes for the audience as well. always set goals, and remember someday you're going to be in your 60s and 70s, and you ought to make sure you take care of that old son of a gun that's doddering around like I am.
Right.
Really quickly to answer a couple questions that are coming up in the comments.
Absolutely.
Entries will end a week after the giveaway is announced. And then all sabers do come with blades. For customizations, those will be put up on the website here coming up soon.
What kind of blades are you putting on them?
They are high polycarbonate 32-inch blades. We lost them.
32-inch bullet tip blades. Those are the ones that come standard from TXQ. Yes. So we can look at getting other blades too. For people who are more interested in blades for combat, we can get the rounded tip blades. But standard from TXQ is a 32-inch bullet tip.
Yep.
All right. Is it medium blade though or heavy?
Probably
medium.
I personally, they call it a heavy. I don't feel like it's quite as heavy as like what I see at TSL. If it's just you and me fighting in the backyard or whatever, I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't put this blade up against armor probably.
No, I would say it's roughly like a medium. Like, you couldn't go like again TSL level with it, but it's not as right. It's not as thick walled as say as if you were to go to Custom Saber Shop and buy one.
Right.
It's more like it's decently thick.
I would say it's between what we would typically call a medium and a heavy.
Yeah,
just
because it's Chinese, it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Let's call it.
I haven't had a blade break on me, so.
Yeah, I haven't broken a medium blade since we've gone to the medium blade, so that they're perfectly fine for almost everything you do, and they're actually better for spinning and stuff than those big dang heavy ones. So go ahead and answer some more questions if they have them. I have my glasses off, so I can't see them.
What saber are you giving away this time? That will be announced when we hit the 50 subscriber mark. So
we're only this week we are not giving out a saber.
Yes. So every 50 subscribers we hit. So I think the next goal we're looking at is our 400 subscribers.
Yes, we're at 364 right now.
Yeah. So once we hit 400 subscribers, then we'll give away another saber, and that whenever we hit that goal is when we'll announce, and then entries will close the week after.
Right. So when we hit that 400, you better be watching that show, because what I think is going to happen, because we're going to be doing it every 50 now, you're going to have less and less entries than you typically do. Although we only have like 3 entries this week. So wow, somebody's got really good odds.
Well, that's great.
But
and each of them have 2 entries too. So
wow. Hey Tony, I wanted to say thank you. It means a lot coming from, especially from you. I know how hard you work out there in South Carolina with the Aiken Academy. I know what you do with the kids. And yes, we do the show, and we don't really talk about what happens behind the scenes. We try to keep this a positive place for people. So, but I think it is good to let people know that, sometimes I think people see us online and they see us laughing and joking and they just think everything's hunky dory. But we're real people too. We have real jobs outside of this, real goals and ambitions. I'm building Kyber Cave just so I can have something to leave my son when my time comes. And I'm hoping it's a mighty empire run by Ezra at that point.
Yeah, you guys got real tonight, so I'm sure your fans and I appreciate you going ahead and getting real. So it was my pleasure to be on this show. You can always ask me. I'll generally jump on. Next time it'll be you guys asking me, and I'll try not to over talk like I usually do.
Well, we love you always, man, and I can't thank you enough for what you do for the Saber community, because you're all over the place. You're helping people not only in your area but all over the country and even all over the world. So
it's
keep up the fight, and we'll be right there alongside you, my friend.
You got it, my brother.
Hey, man, thank you for coming in special duty tonight. Our guest, we had some, I don't know if there was miscommunication problems. Red blade for life, baby.
Yeah, baby. Here we go.
The only color you need.
That's it.
I mean, damn.
I noticed your quilling is much longer than mine.
It does come with 12 different colors, y'all.
Yeah,
So,
this is something off market from Vader's Vault.
oh, seizure warning, flashing
Right.
through.
It was nice talking to you guys. I'm off to bed right after this.
Thank you so much, Commander Negron. Everybody, please make sure to check out Aiken Saber Academy. They are on Facebook, online. Where else can people find you? Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm a little bit on Instagram. I'm generally a Facebook person. As you know, I'm in various groups. I run Justin Bieber and Friends, which is an animal wildlife kind of thing that's very positive. I'm now in charge of the LED Owners Think Tank, which is a Facebook group for only lightsaber schools, academies, and other invited guests like Art. I got invited the other day, and Kyle from Key Saber. So we're talking amongst each other and trying to figure out how to make this thing a little better. All the head CEOs of the major leagues are in there. So you've got Charlie Cummings and you got Kang Snow and you got Faisal in there as well. Wow. So, look for some. I'm on TikTok. My thing is Fight Like Commander now. I'm trying to make something out of it just for the fun of it. Just because I can.
That is fantastic. And of course, we always support our other brother in arms, smaller saber companies like Key Sabers. Saberflux Workshops is another one of my favorite companies that's out there. So support your smaller saber companies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Come
have
go
a
to our
good night.
first.
You guys
and support Kyber Cave too, please.
Yeah.
Right. Bye, all. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Commander. Have a beautiful evening.
You too. Commander. Good night now.
Good night.
Peace. Dude, we are lucky to have good friends.
Yes, we are.
So again, I do want to apologize to anyone that might have been tuning in for Mark Kelly Smith. I'm not really sure what happened there. There may have been some communication issues. We'll try to get him on a future show. But we had Commander Negron and our interviews tonight. That was different.
That was very different. I was more expecting him to kind of talk about like the shop and what's going on with the shop, but he went deep.
Right. Mike, thank you very much. And I know for a fact, Mike, you are like one of 3 people that are in this drawing tonight. We're going to put that wheel up at the end of this show. And we're going to give you everybody a minute or two to check. Matt, good night. Right before the con.
Good night, Matt.
We're going to give everybody a minute to check their name and message us if for some reason they don't see their name on there and they think they should be. Pierce was our winner from last week. Pierce, I mailed off your saber. Did you get that? Hopefully you are having fun with your saber. He won the Mandalore saber.
Yes, he won the blue Mandalore. Very, very pretty.
Yes. So, all right. We have, as always, just like our wonderful producer, Darth Cephalus, a.k.a. James Kaiser, we have another wonderful producer, Mr. Kevin Hogan.
Shush.
Power shutdown on the saber. Another wonderful feature about our TXQ sabers. Make sure to go online, check out all the selection we have before May 4th comes up. Make sure you have your saber. What's the next saber going to be? Ike, we are putting a pause on holding, giving away sabers. We are now giving them away every 50 subscribers to our YouTube page. Yes. We're keeping up with our Twitch too, but really our YouTube page is where we're trying to really get people in. So please spread the word about the show, get more subscribers. We're at 364 right now, so we need 36 more people to subscribe. Mike White says, I love my THQ. These are fantastic sabers. I really can't say enough about it. And it's not just because we sell them. We sell them because they're good sabers. We really like these and kept moving forward with them because of the high quality that we're getting out of them.
Yes.
So
we love our sponsor.
We love our sponsors. Thank you, TXQ. We love you. So as always, this week was a really busy week for cons. I know there was a lot of stuff. There was VacaCon. You just went to that. Yes. There was the Carrier Con, which Kevin's got coming on the report. There was another con, I think that was that recently came up. So our producer, Mr. Kevin Hogan, with the California Comic-Con Adventures with Kevin Hogan, has a segment for us. So roll that film. And yes, we do.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of California Comic-Con Adventures. This is Kevin Hogan from Northern California. On March 19th, 2022, we went to CarrierCon. Some of you may remember this as formerly known as KrakenCon. This is on an actual floating museum, which was really used to be a real U.S. Navy warship, the aircraft carrier in Alameda, right next to Oakland, in the San Francisco Bay Area. The USS Hornet Sea, Air and Space Museum presents CarrierCon. It celebrates cosplay, tabletop gaming, and Western Japanese media. It's also a 501c nonprofit organization that utilizes the museum, its collections, and exhibits for educational programming, promotes awareness and understanding of history, science, and technology, and the service of the men and women in the U.S. Armed Forces. And all proceeds from CarrierCon go to support the USS Hornet Air and Sea and Space Museum. If you can go on deck, you can see the actual aircrafts being refurbished that are on the deck there on top there. You can go up and down the escalator that the actual airmen use so they wouldn't get worn out in their flight jacket. Heavy equipment going up to the top deck there. You can walk around the hangar bay there. You can see the old elevators that would lift up the aircraft there. And it is ADA accessible. They have scissor lifts like you would see at a Home Depot rental equipment center that can actually lift people up there. For everyone else there, they do have stairs to get you up there. And you can go below deck there for tabletop gaming and stuff there. And it was real fun. Get to see everyone on their cosplays there. It was a great time. We saw a Cosplay Wrestling Federation doing comedy acts there for everyone. There were lots of vendors there. Lots of R2-D2 Star Wars droid builders there. Showing off the droids they make. And it was a great turnout. If you guys are ever in the San Francisco Bay Area during CarrierCon, I definitely recommend you check it out. And hope you guys enjoy the pics.
Dude, that Ghost Rider was sick. Did you see the light and stuff in there?
That was hella dope.
That was fantastic. Yes. I
thought I put music behind that. My bad.
Well, let's see. And William, people were asking online, had we ever thought of attending other cons on the East Coast? Ezra, what is something I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's something I often talk about wanting to buy, dude? I'm always talking about wanting to buy and convert these things.
There's a lot of things you talk about, bro.
Oh man, like every time we go to cons, I keep talking about wanting to buy like a U-Haul truck and or convert it.
Yes.
So that we can do I would love to have a tour going where we're just hitting cons all across the country. In fact,
like Ripper Blades does with their Enterprise truck.
Right. Yeah. They've got that. Yeah, exactly. I would love to do something like that and build in little sleep bunks and stuff like that because I'm poor. I can't afford hotels at every spot. So yes, we would definitely love to come out on tour. Currently, we just do the Northern California stuff. And in fact, we need to kind of get back more into it. I'm waiting for money to kind of line up so I can afford to buy more booths and stuff like that. But we're getting back in there. Life is good. Hey, and really quickly too, I would love, please, I would encourage you. We always talk about our website, but one thing we don't talk about is our YouTube channel. I would really encourage you to go check out our YouTube channel and watch some of our past shows. We've had incredible guests on the show. We've had the founder of the Mando Mercs Costume Club. We've had Squid Game actors, Star Wars actors. We've had Saber School owners. We've had cosplayers, all kinds of people that would help get our view time up on our channel as well. So please check out YouTube.com/Kyber Cave Productions and watch some of our old shows. And you'll definitely be able to see how the show has evolved. Please don't watch the first show.
Go watch. Actually, the first show's not on our YouTube. We didn't have our YouTube channel actually set up then.
Oh wow! Oh, so that's on our Facebook page, I think.
That's on our Facebook. Yeah.
Well, somehow we're gonna figure that out. I gotta get that figured out how to get those over. But I guess you can watch some of our older shows.
Also, if you do want to watch the first show, the YouTube channel starts with either episode 10 or 11. If you want to watch our first shows, go to our Facebook page, Kyber Cave, and
The
then you can
regular
watch.
Kyber Cave.
Yes, the regular Kyber Cave, not Kyber Cave Productions. Go to Kyber Cave. Go to the tab that says Live, and then you could watch all the shows there, at least all the
Right,
past
and
shows. And then
for a lot of people that don't know, we have a lot of fight videos there too, because we used to do fights every Saturday night. So if you're just wanting to see some people beat each other up, that's a good place. Funny because Squid Game VIP Road might as well be fancy. Yes. We've had 2 of the Squid Game VIPs on this show.
yes, we had John D. Michaels
Thank you, Steve.
and Jeffrey Giuliano.
Right. And John D. Michaels is actually an irregular host of our other show, Kyber Cave After Dark. For those of you that are 13 years and older and are up late on a Friday night, we do a show every Friday night called Kyber Cave After Dark, which is not
Dulk.
like this show at all.
Kyber Cave After Dulk.
After Dulk. Right. All right, my friend. I think that's about it, except for our TikToks, right?
It was the lion and the tiger VIP, not the
contest.
deer.
Yeah, lion and the tiger. And the contest. I forgot the contest. The reason why most people are here.
Yeah.
Been doing Saber Rattles every Saturday after work with my crew. Yes, I love to hear that, Mike. We had Saber Battles going here for a while till I no longer had a storefront. All right, guys, we only have 3 names on this list this week. If you believe your name should be on there and you do not see your name, please message us right now. You can message us Facebook, Kyber Cave Productions. Send a message right now and we will try to get you straightened out. But we've got about, we're going to let this be on screen. Well, I mean, really, we've got 3 people. William, Steven, Mike. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yep. William, Steven, Mike.
All right. So if you believe your name is supposed to be on this list and it is not, please message us right away.
You have until the live counter goes to 10. You know, you guys can't see the live counter, but for us, it's above our heads. When it hits an hour and 10 minutes, that's when the stuff closes. So
I really want to thank everybody for tuning in to Ike, Mike, Bell,
Kevin, Steve,
Yoda Zen, Kevin, William.
Olsen
These are
Boy.
people that are new regulars on our show. Pierce Davis, this is his 2nd week in a row watching the show.
Yay!
We may have a new fan.
My brother,
Steve Jordan.
who has a very inappropriate name on YouTube.
Who does?
My brother.
Oh, that's your brother?
Yeah.
That's hella funny. I saw that name pop up and I was like,
Yeah. Gonna have to talk to him about that. Matt Dehart, Porg, Pongo Porg. Sweden.
Do I qualify for the drawing? I subbed. You would have need to have done all the requirements before last Friday at 9 p.m.
Yes.
So whenever we do the drawing, everybody, you have about a 5-day window.
Right. You have until Kyber Cave After Dark goes live.
You know what? Screw it. We got so many people online. Let's do a contest for tonight too. Let's do another Adept.
Okay.
Because those are the ones that we had extra ones. Let's do another
Just
Adept.
a warning for everyone. For the Adept, it is a 7/8 blade, not a 1-inch.
Right. It is a 7/8 blade, so it is not quite as strong. Ezra, why don't you drop the rules again? Somebody is asking.
Yeah, I was about to.
Okay.
So the rules for the giveaway: you have to like, comment, and subscribe on the video of this that's about to go up after, or actually because I see that you're on here now, you can, like, comment, subscribe on the video, and then share the video, and it will share it out to like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Someone did their Discord, which also works as long as there's people in the Discord thing. Share it out wherever you can, and then take a screenshot of it send it to us, and per YouTube account or Twitch account that you use, you'll get 1 entry.
Right. So if you have 2 YouTube accounts and 2 Twitch accounts, that's 4 entries.
If you
And
have
man, if you don't got a
account,
computer, write a letter to your grandmama and take a picture.
exactly. If you have 100 YouTube accounts, you could have 100 entries. Just saying.
Right. So
there is no limit.
When you see a couple of people on this wheel have their names on there multiple times, that is the reason why their name is multiple. Yes, 7/8 is smaller than a 1-inch blade. So 7/8, it's thinner. It's a lot quicker. A lot of times people will call them youngling sabers or whatever. Personally, at Kyber Cave, we call those fight sabers, whereas most of our sabers are combat sabers. We were sent in a box of these. That's why I have extras of these, and we can give an extra one out tonight. But typically at Kyber Cave, we like combat sabers. So these sabers you could definitely fight with your friends all day long. You cannot use them in competition or tournament. So that is the big difference.
This saber here this blade here is a 7/8 inch, and then you can see the difference between them. The one up top is the 1 inch.
Right. So the 1 inch is a little bit heavier, stronger. They weigh more. But we have a bunch of 7/8 blades at the shop.
Yeah, they should
We've got
be on
a
the
bucket
website.
load of them.
If not, I'll get those up there.
They're not up there, I don't think, but they're not very expensive either.
No.
All right, okay. I think that's been plenty of time, right?
It's actually been a minute and a half over.
Did anybody respond, Ez?
Nope, I didn't get any messages.
All right. So are you guys doing 2 giveaways? I'm kind of confused. The giveaway we're doing for tonight is the one that people signed up for from last week's show. So if you tuned in and saw our Disney princess, Belle Burns, and you entered that drawing you had up until Friday at 9 p.m., then that is the drawing for tonight. The one that we're going to be doing for next week, it will be the same saber. Show that saber again, Ezra. The one we're doing for next week, you have until Friday night again, Friday at 9 p.m. to do all the requirements. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and send a photo to Kyber K Productions. So tonight, as of tonight, this show, you will share this show, and you are in that drawing. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think it can get confusing because when we're doing it every week, people aren't sure if it's for the week that just followed or the week that's coming up.
Right. So, we can do custom sabers. Just reach out to us and let us know what you want to do. We will be having a ritual section come up soon, which is basically every piece of every saber will be on there, and you can pick and choose which pieces you want to go onto your saber.
It's like Build-A-Bear for lightsabers.
Exactly. we like to call them Legos. They're basically Legos, except we have a Lego saber.
Yeah, so we do have the Emmett saber on the website. All right, roll that wheel.
All right, let me switch.
Big money, no whammies.
Let's see. William.
Hey, William. We need that applause track like for other parts of the show too. William Kimbrell, one of our supporters that's been watching the show almost religiously for the last couple of months now, right?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
For a while.
I can't think of a better person to win. I don't know where in the world you live, William, but contact us after the show, and we will get you taken care of.
For the screenshots, send it to the Facebook page called Kyber Cave Productions. Don't send it to Kyber Cave. Send it to Kyber Cave Productions.
And do not send it to Ezra.
Yeah,
do not send it to me.
Do not send it to him. Send it to Kyber Cave Productions, or we're not going to get you in.
That's how that is. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I apologize again for your guests not being able to make it, but you did get to learn a little bit about the background of Kyber Cave. Thank you for those that have been with us for 2 years now. Thank you for tuning in. It has been a long, wonderful journey. And next week, Ezra, tell them who our guest is next week.
Our next week guest is Mary Gibbs, who also, for those of you-
AKA
Boo from Monsters Inc.
Boo from
and
Monsters,
Baby
Inc.
Riley from Inside Out.
Woohoo! I'm so excited for that one.
Yes, she is also a fire
Thanks,
dancer and does a lot of really cool things. She's also a yoga teacher now. So,
Wow. Oh, did we talk to her about getting her on the flow segment?
Kinda. She hasn't really responded to me lately.
Well, we will talk to her and make sure we can get that to happen. All right, everybody. We have just one more segment. I actually kind of like how the show ends out. Again, please check out kybercave.com. Go check out our YouTube channel. Go watch some of our old shows. We need the view hours.
We would like to get onto the payroll of YouTube, so please help us out on doing that.
It would be nice. It would be nice if this is because I pay for the StreamYard and some of the other services and some editing things like that with Ezra. So it would be nice for the show to pay for itself. But we love you guys. We are here every week for you. We will be back this Friday with Kyber Cave at 9 p.m. and then again next Sunday at 7 p.m. with Mary Gibbs. All right. Join the wow, man, the whole message board is lighting up. All right, go ahead and roll that TikTok.
Just a warning for everyone. Tonight is a bit of a longer one. It's about 2 minutes, and this is the end of the show as well. So we love you guys. We'll see you all next week.
Peace.
Bye. We'll see you all.
Congratulations, William.
Bye.
What is the last word spoken in the film?
Man.
And I'm out.
Yeah. No. I know what you mean.
All right, down there it's heaven.
Countdown is going.
Repeat the question.
One repeat.
All right. Yeah, 2 remaining. In the category of the Phantom Menace, what is the last word spoken in the film? I camped out for this movie for 3 months.
I got heat exhaustion waiting for my ticket. And I do it again.
I might have stretched that truth over time. And we go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Nikki first.
Peace.
She nailed it. How about the major?
Peace.
All right.
Boss Nash!